George Washington. Born in 1732 into a Virginia planter family, he learned the morals, manners, and body of knowledge required for an 18th century Virginia gentleman. He pursued two intervenient interests: military arts and western expansion. At 16, he helped survive Shenandoah lands for Thomas Lord Fairfax. Commissioned at lieutenant colonel in 1754, he fought the first skirmishes for what grew into the French and Indian War. The next year, as an aide to Gen. Edward Braddock, he escaped injury at foot, for bullet ripped his coat and two horses were shot from under him. From 1759 to the outbreak of the American Revolution, Washington managed his lands around Mount Vermont and served in the Virginia House of Burgesses. Married to a widow, Martha Dandridge Custis, he devoted himself to a busy and happy life. But he like his fellow planners, Washington felt himself exploited by the British merchants and hampered by British regulations. As the quarrel with the mother country grew acute immediately, but firmly voiced his resistance to the restrictions. When the Second Continental Congress assembled in Philadelphia in May 1775, Washington, one of the Virginia delegates, was elected commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. On July 3, 1775, at Cambridge, Massachusetts, he took command of his ill-trained troops and embarked upon a war that was to last 6 grueling years. He realized early that the best strategy was to harass the British. He reported to the Congress, "We should, on all occasions, avoid a general action, or put anything to the risk, unless compelled by a necessity into which ought never to be thrown." Ensuing battles saw him fall back slowly, the strike unexpectedly. Finally, in 1781, with the aid of French allies, he forced the surrender of Cornwallis at Yorktown. Washington longed to retire to his fields at Mount Vermont, but he soon realized that the nation under its Articles of Confederation was not functioning well, so he became a prime mover in the steps leading to the Constitutional Convention at Philadelphia in 1787. When the new Constitution was ratified, the Electoral College unanimously elected Washington as president. He did not infringe upon the policy-making powers that he felt the Constitution gave Congress, but the determination of foreign policy became preponderantly a presidential concern. When the French Revolution led to a major war between France and England, Washington refused to accept entirely the recommendation of either his Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson, who was pro-French, or his Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton, who was pro-British. Rather, they insisted upon a neutral course until the United States could grow stronger. To his disappointment, two parties were developing by the end of the first term. Wearied of politics, feeling old, he retired at the end of his second. In his farewell address, he urged his countrymen to forswear excessive party spirit and geographical distinctions, in foreign affairs. He warned against long-term alliances. Washington enjoyed less than 3 years of retirement at Vermont, where he died of a throat infection December 14, 1799. Four months the nations mourned him.